right. I'm always very grateful to God for giving me opportunity to speak to great destinies like you that is connected to us right now. And the reason is it's a privilege to get the attention of just one man. And I know that God is not bringing you my way by accident. This video is coming your way because God has a definite purpose for your life. My name is Green Ademola, and I am the lead pastor of Purebreed Christian Church. If you have been following us, you would have heard me say that a couple of times. And some persons will want to say, so what exactly is Purebreed, or where exactly is Purebreed? Today, I would like to just share with you what I titled Purebreed Mandate. Deep down in my heart, there is a calling which find expression in the things you see me say. And I just want to use today's opportunity to make you understand better what I consider my purpose even on earth. So I would be talking to you today about Purebreed Mandate. How this mandate tie into what we have been discussing in the last 1 month about world changers. So here is the thing. In the book of Acts chapter 13 verse 2. Acts chapter 13 verse 2. The Bible says, while they were worshiping the Lord and fasting, the Holy Spirit said, "Set apart for me Barnabas and Saul for the work which I have called them." So these were brethren, Christians, believers in Jesus Christ, who gathered themselves and were fasting and they were worshiping God. And in the midst of that very worship, the Spirit of God spoke, and he specifically mentioned that Saul and Barnabas were to be separated for a specific assignment. I first of all want to say that it is my firm belief that every human being created on planet Earth by God has a calling and has a purpose. Every person that will ever walk this planet wasn't here just to fulfill righteousness or just to add to the statistics. There is an assignment that every human being was created for. Now, our assignments may not be the same. Specific people with specific assignment for them. My life has been such that in the place of worship, in the place of fasting, I've had the privilege to receive certain instructions that, putting it all together, gave birth to what we call Purebreed. And I just like to highlight a little bit of what this vision is all about. Our mission in Purebreed Christian Church, our mission is to promote the culture of righteousness here on earth through the preaching and the practice of the Holy Bible. Now, there may be some other persons who may have been carrying out similar assignments. I firmly believe that I was born and I was created by God to carry out this very assignment. I don't find fulfillment until I'm able to sincerely say that man must live a righteous life. But in our mission at Purebreed, it's not just something that we are looking at just saying. We are also looking at the aspect of practicing it. So our mission, like I said, is to promote the culture of righteousness here on earth. Culture means let righteousness become a lifestyle. It's not just something that we should do when it is convenient or not convenient. For us at Purebreed Christian Church, we believe that a day will come when we will no longer be here on earth. We believe that there is life after death. And that is, we are talking about heaven and hell and all of that. But at Purebreed Christian Church, we are saying that even before we begin to bother ourselves about whether we are going to be in heaven or we are going to be in hell, what are we making out of the life that we have here on earth that is certain and is in our hand? The mandate is that we should promote the culture of righteousness here on earth. And how do we do it? Preaching it and practicing it. So I would like you to hold me accountable in any aspect of my life that you may find me not living up to what I say. I will wholeheartedly accept your rebuke. I will wholeheartedly accept your correction. I will wholeheartedly accept anything you will say, because I am called not just to preach, but to practice righteousness. So you will not be my friend if you see something going on in my life that is not righteous, and you continue to hail me no. That is the vision that God has put in my heart, and that is the vision that God has called me to spread all over the world. I find it very, very disturbing, honestly, very, very disturbing. Each time I look at the statistics and they say we have 2.something billion Christians, like, please just keep that crap out of the way. We don't have 2.something billion in actual. We just have people who go to church and have religious affiliation. We don't have 2.something Christians. There is no way we will have 2.something billion Christians and our world will be rotten and corrupt the way it is. So for us at Purebreed Christian Church, our mandate is to promote the culture. Let it become a lifestyle, not something we do in the church building or in selected places. Everywhere, culture of righteousness through the preaching and practice of the Holy Bible. There are instructions in the Bible that clearly specify how a man, how a woman should live righteous here on earth. And that is our mission. Starting from Africa and to the world, our mandate is to turn many to righteousness. In one of the days when I was spending time with God, Daniel chapter 12 verse 3 was registered in my spirit, where it says that those that turn many to righteousness, they shall shine like the stars. Our goal at Purebreed Christian Church, our mandate at Purebreed Christian Church is to turn as many people as we can to righteousness, to embrace righteousness, to embrace godliness, and to practice it in every place that we find ourselves. Not in the church, everywhere we find ourselves. Because that is one of the things that is lacking. A lot of us talking only religion in the mouth, but our lives is a contradiction of what we preach. So for us at Purebreed Christian Church, we place a demand on ourselves, and we also place a demand on everybody that will come our way, that righteousness is not an alternative, it is the lifestyle that God demands from us. Righteousness in business, righteousness in policies, righteousness in government, righteousness in commerce, righteousness in tech, righteousness in anything that we are doing. And so from Africa, God is spreading us to all over the world. Right now, by the grace of God, we have representation, some in Nigeria, some in the United Kingdom, and some in some other parts of the world. And I am saying this as a fact. And the singular assignment that God has placed in our heart is to continue to preach and to practice and to champion a cause for everyone to seek and to pursue righteousness. And why we are so convinced at that is because we know of a truth that any family or any organization or any country that embrace righteousness, that very space will do well. There is no doubt about it. When the Bible says that righteousness exalts a nation, is a truth that cannot be denied. And that is what we seek to promote. So let me just give you a little bit of where we started and where we are currently. After I received that very instruction, by the grace of God, I rallied around and we came across 6 people who formed a board of trustees back in Nigeria, 2015, and we started what is called Purebreed Christian Church. We actually started it in my sitting room. I think the first meeting we had 17 people in attendance, and 95% of them were all children below 18 years in Mushin, Nigeria. And then from that 17, God helped us to grow. And for 8 years, from 2015 till 2023, my wife and I, and these very 6 of us trustees, we are laser focused on nothing else but preaching and practice of righteousness through what we call Purebreed Christian Church. And that was what we did for 8 years. We had the privilege of having young people, mostly young people who come to our meetings, and they come from all walks of life, and all what we are focused on is grooming them to be ambassadors of righteousness in every place they find themselves. And so we opened the website. You can check that website, purebreedchurch.org. That website needs a little bit of update, but you can find it and you can see some of the content that we have put there. All what it is pointing towards is how do we raise a generation of men and women that love righteousness and practice righteousness. And one of the things that by the grace of God we do that have helped us is that we have presented ourselves to be very transparent. And I say this boldly because our world needs such. So every year I call a meeting of all the trustees and stakeholders that believe in the vision of Purebreed Christian Church, and I present reports to them. Financial report, ministry report, outreach report, comprehensive. I can say boldly without any fear of contradiction that by the grace of God, there is no one dime that have ever passed through my hand and the hand of Purebreed Christian Church that was not accounted for. So every year I present a financial statement, how much money we got, from where those monies came, and how much of those monies were spent, on what those monies were spent on, how much is remaining, where it is. We open 2 bank accounts, official bank account with the name of the church on it, not a private bank account, just to ensure that we are transparent and we are people of integrity. And for 8 years, by the grace of God, we did that. While we were running that Purebreed Christian Church, we also registered with the government of the country, Nigeria, with the CAC, that is Corporate Affairs Commission, to make ourselves accountable, not subject to the government, but to make the government know that we are not some shadow kind of people trying to scheme and swindle. We are people who can be traced. We are people who can be found. We are people who are documented. And we also register with the EFCC, that is the Economic and Financial Crime Commission, to make sure that every money that ever comes into our hand is accounted for. So when we open our bank account and all the documents, we submitted it to the EFCC so that at any given day, they are willing to check, they should check and find and see if our activities are transparent enough or not. Why I'm saying this to you is because what we are talking about, bringing healing to our world, it has to start from somebody. And we at Purebreed Christian Church, we are saying we want to model it, We want to spearhead it. We want to be a part of the movement of people who believe, preach, and practice this righteousness that we are talking about. So it should not just be something we talk with the mouth, but it's something we practice. Part of the things we also did was to collaborate with well-meaning individuals and provide scholarship for young people who are in school. We've been able to pay for JAM exams, WAEC registration, secondary school fees. Not very many, but at least to our level, we have records, we have documents, we have that we have been able to do. Because when you are talking of meeting needs, it's just not, it shouldn't be you pointing at others. It should be, what are you as a person, or what are you as an organization? What are you also doing? So for us at Purebreed Christian Church, for 8 years, we are not only preaching the Bible, we are also trying to touch those lives and not expecting anything in return. So when we pay for their JAM, when we pay for their school fees, when we pay for their WAEC, we are paying it and instructing them that as you are advancing in your education, please go there with the fear of God, go there with righteousness, go there preaching the word of God, go there, be a model that others can see and glorify God. Don't go and add to the already trouble that we have in the society. So that is what we've done. Currently, I am not in Nigeria. I'm in the United Kingdom. And so we are currently not having a physical church. We are currently having an online church. And every week, Wednesdays and Saturdays, I come online like this and I share the things that God put in my heart. We do it on 4 platforms. We do it on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on TikTok. You can find us out, Purebreed Church. It's a young ministry that we are starting online, but the purpose is just to continue to preach and push on this one thing, righteousness. Our world will be a better place if righteousness becomes a culture that we all embrace. And I've said certain things that may sound controversial when I say a sin-free world is possible. 1,001 times people have told me it's not possible. I will not listen to those who tell me it's impossible. I will continue to campaign for this righteousness, and I'll continue to trust God to see how many lives will catch the fire and spread the fire of righteousness. And I'm hoping that you that is listening to us, you will not just stay there and say it's not possible. Let it be possible with you. Let it be possible with me. That is a possibility that has started in itself. And then keep spreading that possibility of righteousness. And before you know it, the world will be a better place. So currently, Purebreed Christian Church, we are online because virtually all the 6 trustees now, God have kind of picked us and spread us to different parts of the world. And I'm sure He's trying to do something which we don't have the full details, but we are following God one step at a time. So some are in Nigeria, some are in the United Kingdom, some are in the Qatar and places like that. Apart from the Wednesdays and the Saturday online ministration, there are also other visions that we are also having in mind that hopefully by the grace of God will come up next year. It will start online and then hopefully it will translate into building of institution. Because for instance, I came to the United Kingdom to study artificial intelligence and data science. And I'm not doing it just because of the certificate. Part of it is that so that I can empower young people in Africa. Before leaving Africa, I've told them for 8 years that God has raised me to empower them so that they can also impact their world. There are about 500 million young people in Africa. Africa is a very young continent, you must know. So over 500 million young people in Africa, and they need someone like me to go and acquire knowledge and expertise that can be a blessing to them. So I came to the United Kingdom, not because I like the cold weather here. You can see me on my hoodie, and then the radiator is there just because I'm very cold. But I'm here because I want to acquire certain skill, and I'll be able to impact my world with it. So I will still go to Africa, empower my African brothers and sisters, and then in turn, spread it across all the world. So, by the grace of God, next year, part of the vision and project we are having is that we'll be having a Purebreed tech solution. It's an online project that we intend to have, whereby we'll be sharing our technical know-how through virtual engagement and empowering people so they can go there, be in the AI world, be in the data world, be in the STEM world, and you are still holding on to righteousness. And there is also something who, by the grace of God, will be coming up, which is the Purebreed Pan-African Project. Like I said, I am a Nigerian, so I'm an African, and the goal is you start from Jerusalem to Samaria and to the uttermost part of the world. So you will observe that most of the things I'll be saying, it will stem from my burden for Africa, where I come from, and then from Africa, then keep spreading it to other parts of the world. So there are lots of people in Africa that I know I'm connected to, that are in pain, that are in difficulty, and my vision is to empower them. But they will not just be empowered just to go and live a reckless life, but they will be empowered, but along that empowerment, they will also live a righteous life, so that as they are empowered, there is also a righteousness, so that our world is better off. And from Africa, we spread it all over to the world. Currently, as I'm in the United Kingdom, I'm worshiping with a very wonderful church called All Nations Church in Farwell, Sheffield. Why I'm saying this is so you can track me if you wish and find out if the things I say are true. And I love All Nations Church because we have a wonderful pastor in the Garrett, and we have a very wonderful leadership team. It's a young church that is just 2 years old. But why I love that church is that we are ministering to our community. It's a community that was initially for refugees and people from different parts of the world who came to the United Kingdom. It's not a rich man area, but we are delighted to be in Sheffield. We are delighted to be in Farwell because we want to minister to that community. So I am partnering with All Nations Church in the United Kingdom here, and by the grace of God, we are ministering to our community. In this community, we have Romanians, we have people from Slovakia, we have different nationalities, and that is what All Nations is about. So what I'm telling you is not about trying to build an empire and call my own. No, it's about, can we raise people by whatever name they be? So as I'm here in the United Kingdom, there is a church already, so I joined that church. I don't come here to just come and start doing my own thing. I joined the church, and what is our goal? Raise disciples of all nations. Men and women who will embrace righteousness. Men and women who will show forth the glory of God. Men and women who will live for the glory of God. Men and women who will be empowered financially, economically. But as they are being empowered financially and economically, but they are also being infused with the word of righteousness, that as you go forward, you go with this word of truth, you go with this righteousness and exemplify it. So I'll be very, very uncomfortable to be in any environment where righteousness is not a focal drive. I'll be very, not even uncomfortable. I cannot live in that environment. I cannot be accommodated in that environment because I cannot fit into an environment that will not preach and promote righteousness. And I keep saying it. A lot of people don't value this issue of righteousness because they have not understood that every time unrighteousness is committed, somebody suffers for it. Somebody pays for it. When a doctor or a nurse is irresponsible and does unrighteous practice, somebody is going to die. Somebody is going to suffer for it. Do you want to wait until it is you? So that's the burden in my heart, and I don't know how else I can say it. And why I'm saying it is not just for you to know that, okay, there is something called Purebreed. It's so you know that this very preaching of righteousness, we want to see it become a reality. And I'm hoping you can be part of this vision. That wherever you are, become a light that is pushing for righteousness there. It doesn't matter by what name you call it. So I thank you for giving me your audience. I do not take it for granted, to be very honest with you. For you to bring out your 20, 25 minutes, 30 minutes to listen to me, I don't take it for granted. But I'll be more than grateful if you will not only just listen to me, but it will translate into you taking a step to say, I will also begin to shed the light of righteousness in my community. I've given you example of the little things that we have done and we are still doing, and we are trusting God that this little light will grow to become bigger and better. And I'm hoping that I will hear your own testimony as well, that you are an ambassador of righteousness. So until I come your way again, I look forward to hearing from you, and not just hearing from you, but to know that you are also staying where you are, pushing and promoting righteousness to the glory of God and for the betterment of humanity. Thank you for being a part. Next week, we continue again. We will not stop until the light of Jesus Christ shine all over the world, until the goodness of God reach to every person, and until darkness is defeated, we will not stop. Thank you. God bless you. Today's message has been brought to you by God's servant, Green Ademola, the lead pastor of Purebreed Christian Church. You can find us on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, and also on YouTube. Just search for Purebreed Church. Every Wednesday, we are live, 8 p.m. Nigerian time. And every Saturday, we are also live, 8 p.m. Nigerian time. And we also have this special devotional called the Rapture Devotional. All of these materials are meant for your blessing and your edification. I will encourage you to subscribe to our channel so that anytime we are live, you will easily be notified. May the Lord God Almighty